Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Sharma and today we'll discuss about the topic circle. Like the in previous classes and chapters, we might have studied about 3 to 4 different types of figures, be it square, rectangle, triangle, and so now it's our turn to study about circle. Now, what actually makes a circle? Let's see that. Suppose I fix a point. This is a point O, and I take a suppose I take a random distance. Okay, and this distance has to be constant. Let me explain it in another way. Suppose I hit a nail to the wall. Suppose this is our nail, and I tie a thread to it. Okay, and then on first end it has been tied to the nail. In the second end, I just tie my marker. Okay, and I start rotating this in either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, in this manner or in this manner. Keeping this distance constant, I just move it in a round circular manner. Okay, so the figure that will be formed. I'm sorry about the drawing. So the distance that is constant, and after completing the whole cycle, whatever figure that has been formed here, that is called as circle. Now, the basic elements of the circle are, see, the point which is at the center, the point O, is called as the center of the circle, while the constant distance, okay, this distance is constant, so this distance is called as radius of the circle. Okay, now suppose I just extend this radius, okay, this constant distance this side. Okay, so can we say that this total distance, suppose let me mark it as A and B. Okay, so this certainly forms a line segment, right? So the distance OB will be equals to OA, right? Because this is the constant distance. In the same manner, here also this is a constant distance. So I can say OA is equals to OB, right? Now I can also say that AB is equals to 2 times of OB or either OA, right? Let me take 2 times of OB. Or in other words, we can say that this is the total distance, this is the longest distance possible inside the circle, and this is termed as diameter of the circle. And as we have seen, this is the relation of the diameter. See, AB is what? AB is the diameter here. OB is what? OB is the radius. So, can we say that diameter is equals to 2 times of radius? Right? This radius is actually half of the diameter, or this total diameter is twice the radius. Okay? Let me explain it in another words. Suppose I just simply draw a line segment inside the circle. So this line segment, name it as suppose CD. This is called as the chord of the circle. Okay, and the diameter of the circle is the longest chord in a circle. Okay, the diameter is the longest chord of the circle. Now you might think that how many diameters can we draw inside a circle, right? So the answer is infinite. Why infinite? See, I can draw a diameter like this, I can draw a diameter like this, I can draw a diameter like this, and so on, right? So make sure that have this fact clear, that there can be n number of diameters that we can like draw inside a circle. Now the main thing that we have to focus between a chord and a diameter. Okay, chord is different, diameter is different. How? Suppose we take the example of chord CD. So the chord CD, can we say that is it passing through the center? No, right? It is not passing through point O. Point O is what? This point O is at the center of the circle. So chord CD does not pass through point O or the center. So this is the basic difference between chord and a diameter. Because if we take that example of diameter AB, this diameter has to pass through the center. Take example of any diameter, let it be PQ. So see, PQ is a diameter. Again, take the example of R and S. So this is again a diameter. But all the diameters of the circle always pass through the center of the circle. Okay. But in case of chord, it is not necessary that chord will definitely pass through the center of the circle. It is not necessary, right? All right. Now let us look at few formulas that we apply in circle. Let me just take you back to previous classes. If I talk about a rectangle, this is a rectangle ABCD. Now here we used to have perimeter, and the formula for the perimeter was 2 times of L plus B, length plus breadth. This is the length and this is the breadth, right? So perimeter means the outer boundary of the rectangle. And if I talk about area, area was L into B, length into breadth. Now in the same manner, if I talk about the circle, so here the outer boundary, that is called as circumference. I would repeat again. For an enclosed figure of 4 sides, I should say quadrilateral, or I should say like here we have rectangle. Here the boundary enclosed, that is called as perimeter of the rectangle, or be it a square, right? But in case of a circle, we term it as circumference, and it is given by circumference C is equals to 2 pi r. Okay, what is it now? C stands for circumference of the circle. The value of pi is, where pi is equals to either we can say 3.4, which is fixed, or 22/7 depending on our questions. And r here is this r is the radius. Okay, so we got the formula for circumference. Now about the area. The basic difference between circumference and area is the circumference. Suppose I'm just drawing a figure again. The outer boundary is called as the circumference, but the whole inside area, that's this shaded portion, that is called as area. So that is the basic difference between circumference and area. So we have seen that the outer boundary, the formula for the outer boundary is 2 pi r. Circumference equals to 2 times of pi into radius. Now about the area. The area enclosed by this circle figure, area is given by pi r square. Okay, where pi is 22/7 and square of the radius. I hope this is pretty clear. Okay, so just giving an example by giving a question. Suppose you have to find the area whose radius is 7 centimeter. Just a second. Okay, so we have the formula for area is pi r square, and we want to find out what is the area of the circle whose radius is 7 centimeter. R is equals to 7 centimeter. So can we do it by just this formula? What is the formula? Pi r square. So the value of pi is 22 by 7 and the radius is 7. Again r square, 7 square, or I can write it as 7 into 7. Simply I'll cut it, I'll solve it, I'll be getting 154, right? 7 to the 40, 1 carry, yeah, okay, centimeter square. Now make sure we are using the unit correctly. Why? Because this is 7 centimeter, again this is 7 centimeter, pi is dimensionless, because I'll explain that also why it is dimensionless. Centimeter into centimeter is centimeter square. But in case of circumference, we only have to mention centimeter or units, only single time. There is no square. Okay. Now let me explain you another concept of pi. What actually pi is, and this is most interesting part of this video. I'm just rubbing it off. You might ask why pi is 3.14 or why it is 22 by 7, why the value is fixed, constant. See, the value of pi is c upon d, which is always fixed for any circle. Why? Because c here for the circle represents the circumference and d here represents the diameter of the circle. The most important and basic question, I should say conceptual question. Okay, pi equals to circumference upon diameter, and this value is always fixed. Why? Suppose we focus on this circle. If I extend the diameter, the circumference will always also increase, right? And the ratio will always remain constant. Why? Okay, I'm just rubbing it off, explaining it again. See, suppose I draw a smaller circle like this. This is the diameter and this is the center of the circle. Now suppose I extend this like till here. So my circumference will also increase, right? If I just shorten it, I'll just make a small circle, and so the diameter will be up till here. So my circumference will also get shortened, right? It will also decrease. So this is the reason the value of pi is 22 by 7, and also the formula I can say is circumference upon diameter. Hope this is clear to everyone.